Those are the Argo tracks. I just got home from dropping Missy off at the airport, and Jeff told me where to walk to see exactly how they got out. Now, deep in there somewhere is where they were stuck, and we're actually standing at the exit point. Luckily, this last bit of water that they had to go through was not as deep and wide as the rest of it was. But I did want to show you guys something that really caught my eye. As I was walking up on here, just following the tracks in reverse, I found something quite disturbing. So I just found out the other day that the owners, before the last owners of this property, used to own a fencing company. And when you look at this property, there's some beautiful fencing going all the way around for rotational grazing. And we always thought, dang, that was probably pretty expensive to put in. Well, the reason they put that fence in was for Jacob's sheep. That's what they had. I don't know what a Jacob's sheep is. It's a type of sheep that has horns up top and on bottom, but there were other types of sheep as well. And I think I just stumbled across the boneyard. I want you to take a look down closely at the ground and see what I see. There are a series of bones everywhere. I mean, and it scatters. It goes pretty far. I can only assume that the foxes and the coyotes came back here and decided, look, that it was dinner time. Look, this right here, take a look. That is actually a horn to a Jacob sheep. There's two of them there. That's a rib bone. There's a jawbone. Now, of course, every farm does have loss, but my goodness, there seems to be an insane amount of bones here. I wonder how many years and how many different animals were actually dumped right here. You can tell some of them were older by looking at the size of the bones right there. You even have some with the joints are still together. Look at that. Come over here. There's even more and more. Oh, that one's, I mean, that is buried in there. That is like an entire, might be fun to dig that one up. Okay, this is new. I haven't walked this far yet. If we take a look, there's even more down here. Looks like the pelvic bones. Now, I didn't notice all of this stuff in the, wow, it's just crazy. I didn't know this stuff in the summertime because everything was grown over and you couldn't see what was here. There. There's even something big and metal back there as well. I don't know what that is. I wonder how far down this goes. I mean, we've only covered here to here, right there. Let's go over here and see what's to be found. There's some right there. There's more right here. Wow. This is quite the boneyard, and it's so close to the farm. Now remember, I didn't have this fence here when I moved in. I put this fence in myself. This is how a post pounder works. You rent yourself a giant Kubota. You hook up the post with a chain, and then you drive to the location you want, and you pound it into the ground. Wow, watch it. All right, come over to your corner post and start there.
That's right where we want it. And drop it. Pretty close. There we go. I just want to play with the machine and see how it drives it in the ground. Alright, well, it's very difficult by yourself. Don't fall over on me, buddy. Don't fall over on me, you sucker. Auxiliary. I don't know how this works. Let's press the button. Oh, okay. I got it. It's like a machine gun. It's like a machine gun. And I think I can turn my throttle up.
To make this pasture for the pigs. So they were able to probably walk straight out of the barn and come dump any of the animals right here. What else can we find? Now this is quite the find. If you take a look at all of this stone right here, I want to tell you how long that's probably been sitting there. It's been sitting there as long as that barn has been built. This seems to be the excess amount of stones that they had, mixed in with some bricks as well. So I don't know where the bricks came from. But I do know those. I do know bricks do date back pretty far. This, my friends, is a very old brick. You can see the deterioration on it and the patina. This here is a newer brick. That looks like it was done in the last 10 years. That's a modern day brick. That though is an older brick. And again, here's an older brick as well. Not even your standard size brick. Take a look. Some of these bricks right here can date back into the 1700s. Our cabin that is on our property was first built in 1736. These are some old documents that came with the house, and as you can see right here, the original owner was Christian Kunze of Alsace Township. And right over here it gives you an explanation of where he came from. And he bought this land in Oley in 1734 from the Brethren Encyclopedia. And then this card right here shows you the summer kitchen, which was built in 1819, and the original log cabin, a log house, in 1736. And what's amazing about that is all of these people, children, were born inside of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 children. It's amazing. So, you know, there's been a lot of things done on this property over the years. Let go, sir. Let go. Let go. I shouldn't be out here in my nice clothes. Anyways, it's kind of cool to find all of these old stones, because if we collect them up, we can use them as part of like a goat mountain, and we can let the goats jump all over this so they can file their hooves down naturally and do less hoof trimming. This one I'm standing on is like perfectly chiseled out. Now my last name is Steinmetz, stone mason. I never actually was a stonemason, it just means stonemason. Lauren's grandfather, Harold, he was an actual stonemason. He was able to pick up a piece of rock like this, look at it, look at the void he wanted to fill, strike it with a hammer to break off the perfect piece to fit where he needed. That is a lost art. That does not happen anymore. This is a very large piece. It looks to me almost like it's been struck on the edges and it's man-made. It's very hard to believe that this right here, considering it's been placed in this pile, is a natural formation of a stone. That is a field stone, but it is maybe a well cover or some sort of piece that was used in the last 300 years on this property. Might be fun to take the dingo back here and lift it up, and maybe it's a burial plot. I don't know. Prior to 1736, get off of me. Ow. This land was inhabited by the Lenape Indian tribe. Lauren's great-great-grandfather, who, if I had a strong enough arm, lived way up that hill on Spees Church Road. And he had the most amazing Indian arrowhead collection that he found through his whole life. He passed away at the ripe old age of 90 something, and he used to scour the fields all around this area. Perfectly preserved arrowheads, artifacts, and tools. What else can we find? One thing you guys probably don't know that I did over the summer is I did run an extension cord out here, no surprise. So as you can see, my system is quite complex. Oh man. Let's just follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. You know, it's a shame because this is some really expensive wire that I just ran over. It's my own stupid fault. I should have known what was going to happen. Oh, look, that side came out no problem. I wonder if it's salvageable to put it back together. Well, there's only one way to find out. And a hose. And the purpose for this, and I'll follow it and I'll show you exactly what the purpose of this is for. Can you take a guess? Back to the creek, I have a pump that I dropped in here. And with the extension cord, I'm able to bring power out here, and I can run this pump for an hour at a time or 2 hours at a time, simply off of a timer up there. Pump the fresh water from the creek up to the barn so the goats could have their water. I thought it was a great idea. I think maybe a more permanent solution than a hose and extension cord might be in order here, but this was an experiment that actually worked a little too well. Flooded the waters out a lot. As I exit out of here, I want you guys to take a minute and envision something with me. I have this vision, and it's going to be beautiful. If you look, these trees are growing sideways, and they're not really growing sideways. What has happened is the ground has become so soft over here that all of the trees kind of tipped over, but they're all still alive. So this area in the summertime is a beautiful shaded spot. Take a look at how awesome it would be if we did a little bit of benches and like a reflection, like just to reflect upon life. I don't know. I just really loved this area last summer, and I see so much potential with this. Now, Colin's been a busy boy. I have had him removing some building materials out of this area because I would love to clean this all up and give more space for the goats to go and not have it look like crap. So all the concrete and bricks are here. A lot of the sticks and debris are here. And he's got another pile down over there behind the tree. This is all going to be burned. And I did have him separating the large boulders for the goat mountain I was just talking about. How cool is this going to be to take all of these stones and whatever else we can pull out of here and make a ginormous goat mountain. I'm excited about that. What is that black thing? Oh, it looks like a charred piece of wood. Now, can you imagine what, look, more bones, right here, right there, right here. So for however many years they were Jacob sheep farming, there's been a lot of loss on this property. But can you imagine what other secrets this property holds? I mean, just think 300 years ago, the Native Americans sitting around a little campfire right here that they started with a stick and fishing for little brook trout right out of there. And the kids running around and jumping on top. There would be trees up there. There wouldn't have been anything there. Hidden away. There would be no road, no buildings. They would congregate around the water. This place would have provided shelter and food. You can only imagine the type of arrowheads or artifacts you could find from the Indian tribes here. Makes me excited for what we might find in the future. So a lot of these downed trees you can see have been down for a while, and they've started growing uprights. So this tree is still alive, even though it's completely down on its side. Take a look. The root system is up, but it's still alive and growing. Now, of course, the top end of it has deceased, and it's no longer good. So this is the type of stuff we'll clean up and get rid of. But let's take a look at this one. That is coming out of the ground right there, growing sideways, and it's still alive. If you come down over here, it's almost like this is starting to root itself again. Look at that. That is a branch that's actually turned into a root. How awesome is that? Nature is so amazing. I don't know how many years it took for this to happen, but all the new growth that comes up every year, in just a couple of months, maybe even next month, we'll start seeing green. So I don't know what I want to call this section of the property right here, but that's the access road to get to the back half of the property. This here, I'm not sure what I want to call it, but as you can tell, it's a work in progress. We'll start here, we'll work our way down there. We've got Mary's shed to work on. I've got the cabin to work on. I got so much footage I could show you guys. I got the house with the haunted quarters upstairs. We have the summer kitchen, we have the carriage house, the barn. So much footage and information to come in the future. I just thank you guys so much for joining me on this little tour of this section of property, and watch us grow. See where we're going and how we got here, and we're gonna keep on sharing. We appreciate it. Till the next video, everyone, have a great day. Pep, I might have cheated on my diet just a little bit. Why are my fingers orange? Cheetos? It's Auntie Sue's fault. It's Auntie Sue's fault. She put them in my snack bag.
Join the show just after 7. Watch us in our animal heaven. Wake up with goats and chicks. Come feed the cows all their grain mix. Join the show just after 7. Take a head count, 9, 10, 11. With the crew, come take a pic. Just watch for the cows 'cause they might kick.